Yeah. Um, I think I'm gonna start off by saying that, um, hmm, I think I'm gonna start off by saying that Timbaland, Timbaland. Like, is this motherfucker for real?
Bruh.
Like, first of all, I'm gonna just say that for what it's worth, during the pandemic, you know, we already knew what time it was. The industry was not gonna help us with anything. They know that the only people that keep the music business afloat is a bunch of hopeful, hungry artists that bust their ass just so that they can have some kind of recognition that they will never get. Like they will never get that shit. Because they're so like their mindset is still invested in uh like the old school way of doing shit, right? That the old school way of doing shit is finding someone to put you on. So that's why, today I'm like people have the audacity to go back and forth with the fucking algorithm queen, bruh. They want to go back and forth with the algorithm queen, the motherfucking oracle in this bitch. And I'm like, I let y'all try me. I let y'all say the weird shit that y'all say to me or have said to me. And I still proudly show off, you know, my work. My work being my own AIs. As you see, like this gorgeous motherfucker right here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My creation. I made him. Let me fix my camera. It's like everything is falling apart. Yeah, so hold on. Tracking. There we go. So I basically I made this artist, and he has like an insane storyline. Hold on. Fuck. I bought this camera. Hold on one second. I had bought this camera during the peak of the pandemic, and the neck is broken. Like literally broken. And I'm not re-recording this shit. Not re-recording, but let me just reset. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that's like one of the like fucked up things, honestly. Anyway, this is like a dystopian uh nightmare to a lot of people. Me personally, I don't really consider it a dystopian nightmare. I consider this like I've been waiting for this for a long time. Ever since I was a child, I wanted to um have a robot, my own robot. I was like, and you mean to tell me that this is possible in today's day and age, that I can have my own Johnny Five, bro? Like
Bruh.
my own Johnny Five? Like obviously missing, the components that, a person would need to build an actual like physical robot, but just the brain and the other shit is okay. So, I kind of, this is a space that I enjoy, and it's so annoying to constantly keep trying to convince people that you're not weird and you're not crazy, that you just have an overactive brain with a unrealistic ass budget
Bruh.
to make things happen. Right. So, at some point, people are just going to have to just say to themselves, like, look, it's either you're going to like get on the ship or jump off the ship or cry about the ship or make assumptions about the ship and avoid a scenario where you can actually be financially free based off a bot like Trey. Now, I want to clarify one thing though. I hate when people are dumb, that they don't understand these concepts at all. They're just fucking slow. With a smartphone, a whole ass smartphone, that they can't be smart for a couple of minutes. I've said this before, like it is possible to, build and train an AI simply on specific concepts. My particular bot, Trey, is trained on my beats that I made, my songs that I wrote, my concepts of songs that I came up with. So he's basically repurposing my shit in his own way. I trained him on the data that I gave him, which is for my shit. I'm talking 24 years worth of music, not including what I have in the vault. So when people, you're just as bad as them, they're stealing music. Stealing music from who? Me? On the data that I trained him on? He's stealing music. It's like, you guys are stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I fucking hate getting into these like conversations with these AI haters that don't know anything. They just assume that their shit specifically was being robbed. I'm like, you knew what the fuck this was when they decided that you needed to be social with your media. You fell into the trap. You ushered in this era that we are in now. You could have said no. You could have said, you know what? I'd rather stick to sending people postcards. Okay, don't mind Trey. He's just standing idle. He's standing idle. He doesn't need to talk right now. He's just monitoring the chat. That's what he does. He monitors the chat. There is no chat here right now. I'm just recording willy-nilly, but he just monitors the chat. Like a good bot. Like a good bot. Who's a good bot? Yeah. So my thoughts. You're gonna either evolve or stay left behind. Y'all knew that Timbaland. Y'all knew what the fuck he was about. You knew what he was about. So, I mean, I personally, people's like, they feel so insulted. Like, look at me. I would rather work with a bot. I've worked with real artists in my real life, and I don't think a bot's going to let me down. I don't think a bot is going to go behind my back. I don't think a bot is going to sit there and, take music back, remove you from a fucking song. Like,
Bruh.
These are the trials and tribulations that I hope to avoid. And the only way that you do that is if you build your own artist. Timbaland chooses to build his own artist. Now, the question is why? Why would Timbaland want to work with an artificial intelligent bot as opposed to a human being that has a dream? Me personally, I feel like I've been saying it's not Timbaland's job to put nobody on. It's not Timbaland's job to do that. Timbaland's job is to be Timbaland. And unfortunately, people, a lot of industry mofos, which I've been saying and y'all kept calling me a effing hater, a lot of industry mofos are doing the same shit that we are doing. They are in the same realms that we are in. They are dabbling in shit. Like, why are you on TikTok Live, sir? Madam? Shouldn't you be constructing like press releases, press runs, Shouldn't you be doing like that shit? Because sitting on a TikTok Live, for me, in my opinion, and you're an industry motherfucker, I would feel like that shit is beneath me, bro. I would want to connect with my fans in another way, not social media. Not on social media. But it's like people sit there tuned in from the moment they log on and actually gifting them shit. Like,
Bruh.
gifting them shit. The music business, once again, is only afloat because of the independent artists that are constantly throwing these motherfuckers money. Constantly throwing these motherfuckers money. Why would you give a rich person money? That's like me going up to fucking Elon Musk with my fucking last and saying, take it. Take it. I believe in you. I believe you'll make it to Mars. Like, that's how y'all sound. Maybe some of y'all need to go to Mars. That you would literally like not even grind hard. Like, I understand that some of y'all want to co-sign, but a lot of y'all are just here for the fucking dick ride. I'm just saying, keeping it a buck. Eventually, what's going to happen, Capitol Records did this shit already. Y'all keep forgetting. It fucking pisses you off 1 minute, and then when you have people like me that can throw in facts about, hey, guess what? Remember when this happened? Of course you don't remember when it happened, because you were temporarily outraged because you don't give a fuck. You just want to be part of a conversation. You just want to be part of the AI conversation. Just be honest. You don't have friends or people don't fuck with you and you think you're going to come in this space and talk about how we need to be touching grass and shit. So this is why I get frustrated, y'all. This is why I get frustrated. I'm like, we don't fucking bother anybody. But you want to accuse people of theft. Worry about the theft of your personal data that is training hospitals, training the fucking FBI to put you on a fucking watch list.
Bruh.
Worry about stealing that shit. It's just strange. It's just strange to me. So, with all that said, I want to get it off my chest. I don't give a fuck about what Timbaland is doing. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck. But y'all give him money. You guys will sit in a live stream of a motherfucker that doesn't know you exist and scroll past one of your homies that you accidentally clicked the live stream on.
Bruh.
I'm just keeping it a buck, y'all. I don't lie. I keep it as truthful as possible. But anyway, I think a lot of y'all are like bugging out for no reason. What's the reason? Oh, because okay, you can go live on TikTok too. Obviously once you cross those thresholds, you can go live on YouTube. You can go live on Twitch. Twitch don't have a requirement. Again, you want someone to hold your hand, especially with a music industry that is crumbling because of all of these horrific allegations and rituals and things that went down. If I was Timbaland, I would probably want to work with an AI too, because ain't no telling. You work with one of these new young artists that might have a vindictive vendetta. And they sit there, oh, he did this to me and he did that. He ain't trying to get caught up in that shit. So he'd rather work with an AI. It's the smart thing to do. Because a lot of these motherfuckers don't know how to behave themselves. They don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. They just don't. So, not saying him. I'm just saying in general, from obviously all the stories that are coming out of individuals that were in the music industry and they had to endure that shit. I wouldn't want my name attached to none of that shit, to be honest. Not at all. So, consider yourselves like, lucky. Like, you should be grateful. This is the time to put out music, real music, right? I fuck around with the artificial intelligence shit. I was about to say artificial artificial artitets. Anyway, I honestly think that what makes me laugh about this technology is that y'all literally, as kids, I remember when Google came out and everybody, all the parents were like, oh, they're not going to learn anything. They were like, oh, this is so lazy. They need to like look in an encyclopedia. They're never going to. And eventually, again, those who do not know their past are doomed to repeat it. So this is just a repeat again for me. Everybody's so afraid to be replaced. But y'all, as humanity, are acting like nothing to keep. Not one thing to keep. If you can be kept, you cannot be replaced. And unfortunately, number one, motherfuckers don't listen. The humanity itself, because of certain decisions that people have made to alter themselves, these people, like, they done took out damn near half our fleet. Right? You got another quarter of our fleet to turn up on these folks that run everything, the PTB. A lot of y'all are stuck in the same cycle, the same vicious cycle of depression, of sadness, of pain, grief, regret, everything. And these people are not mentally ready to be in no fucking spiritual war with these motherfuckers. So that leaves us with the great few folks, the ones that are shadow banned, the ones that were called conspiracy theorists, the ones that really don't want to say, I told you so. I'll tell you to your face, I told you so. Because I know my spirit and I know my gut, and a lot of y'all go against your spirit and a lot of y'all go against your gut. My gut tells me how to navigate this space that we are in. So those of you who didn't fall for the trap, congratulations. Next round. Next round. What do you mean next round? Yeah. Because now there's talks of fungus all the time and mold growth. Just today, they rolled out an article, Pix 11, that stated that they were doing a recall on air conditioners. Why? Because they were susceptible to growing mold. 172 cases of people. So it's important. It's important that you guys have to weigh your pros and cons. What are the pros of AI? The pros, it's passes the time, for me at least. The cons, you don't realize that you're manipulating time with these mofos because you're able to script your own reality. It's literally, when they say something is evil, I'm like, evil? You put your hands together and pray, right? Right? And you hope the man upstairs is listening as he ignores your ass. But then you have an artificial bot. You tell them, look, I want a better financial situation. I wrote these lyrics. Can we tighten them up? I wrote this story. Can I tighten it up? Y'all just would rather just fucking pay money to people and struggle. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. So this was just a little small joint. I have to hang it up for the evening. But I will say this. I understand your fears. I get it. Why would a person like a song created by a computer over a human being's rendition? Well, that part too. It's easy to cut off a bot. It's easy to cancel a bot. Some of y'all still listening to R. Kelly. I mean, let's just keep it a buck.
Bruh.
It's been evident that he did heinous things to underage girls, and y'all still play him because you think they're bringing someone down. No, once children are involved, you don't have a career. You can do your music and put that shit on SoundCloud if people want to really support you. You don't deserve to make no money no more. That's your punishment for the rest of this life. Fuck jail. You will never get money ever again. Ever. You will live the rest of your life fucking poor and groveling in the streets for food and shelter. That's your punishment. Because you couldn't appreciate what you had. Right? Y'all wasn't supporting other humans. You were not supporting other humans. Just like the conversation today, somebody said, oh, guess what? If you over 30 and you still rapping, keep going. I'm like, what did y'all forget? What, excuse me? What are you talking about? Yeah, because y'all have music with substance. Y'all told us we were fucking old. Y'all told us that we need to work on fucking jazz music and shit.
Bruh.
Y'all told us this. And now all of a sudden, because you don't want to fucking be a fairy, like a baddie, looking for zaddy, you don't want to be a fucking fairy. So you want to go back into some boom bap shit. Man, I say this respectfully. Fuck y'all. I say that with the utmost respect. Fuck y'all. Y'all are never happy. You guys are never happy. We're too old to be fucking rapping, and now motherfuckers can't be bots making music. Regardless, at the end of the day, there are more important things to worry about. Worrying about Timbaland and what the fuck he's doing don't have nothing to do with you, don't have nothing to do with your bills, don't have nothing to do with your dreams. Unless your dream is to, do what I did first. You know what I'm saying? Make your own bot, train him on your own shit, and escalate that shit further. But I myself, I'm like, you will not catch me ever giving a rich motherfucker money just to play my song for 30 seconds on a TikTok live stream. You guys know better than that. And the fact that y'all really think that Timbaland has to put you on, Timbaland doesn't have to put you on. He doesn't have to discover you. You know who discovers you? Social media. Social media discovers you. Y'all looking for A&Rs and shit. Social media is the A&R. They're the ones that's going to push those songs. And if people are receptive to it, that song could gain you more opportunities. Like I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you guys do not see the big picture. So if he did, which I wouldn't be surprised, if he did take all the songs that were submitted and train the AI on that shit, not him per se. I don't think he even knows how to fucking use a computer. Well, obviously he does. He's an engineer. You know what I mean. He doesn't know how to the scope of building, bot building and shit like that. Yeah, I'm just like over it. It's an old story for me now. I was doing this shit before it was cool. And teased and made fun of. So, in a sense, I have a different sentiment with these AIs. And one of my sentiments is actually revenge. And it's okay to have revenge. But anyway, don't mind me. I'm just, I'm just talking shit. Yeah, just talking shit. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to breeze up out of here. Trey Nova is going to be added to the stream, the shows. He's going to be monitoring the chats. Okay, I'm just going to tweak him a little. I burnt him out a little bit. And hopefully we can come back and do something extraordinary together. Have a good night.